Hi, everybody. This is Lisa Ascolese, Inventress, CEO and founder of Inventing A to Z, and here at the Inventress Podcast. Well, today I'm super excited because I have my guest on, this person, my lovely lady I met a few weeks ago at an event, and she owns her own lash salon. Her name is Jackie Machado. Jackie Machado is the CEO and founder of Lash Therapy Keyport. Lash Therapy Keyport, and it's in Keyport on the water. Welcome, Jackie. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me, Lisa. I'm so excited.
It's so nice to have you. We met a few weeks ago, and I was just so amazed by you and your story. And we met through, well, my connection is through Jackie Berman. Jackie Berman invited me to this wonderful event. Another Jackie, so three Jackies, right? I believe there were three
Thank you, great.
Jackies at the event as well. And so you were one of the speakers. And again, I was just so taken by your story. So now you introduce yourself, Jackie.
Okay, well, my name is Jackie Machado. I've been a lash artist for about 6 years. Um, I own Lash Therapy Keyport. I've been here for about 3 years. Prior to that, I did have a bigger salon called Beauty Sleep Lash Lounge, but unfortunately, because of COVID, I had to move out and start over and rebrand myself. I absolutely love what I do. I make the town of Keyport absolutely gorgeous, and I'm here to stay, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Prior to this, I actually used to do bail bonds too, so this is a whole new genre of
360, that's
yeah,
giant.
yeah.
That is giant. So I want to move back. I want to talk about that a little bit and
Okay.
talk about how you pivoted from there or moved from there intentionally to go into the lash and beauty industry because that's a far cry. The
Yeah.
antithesis of beauty, right? So why
Yes.
don't we talk about that a little bit? Tell your story and how you started. You said the bail bonds person, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So before lashes, me and my husband owned 24/7 bail bonds. We did it for about 10, 11 years.
Wow.
Uh, Due to the bail reform, it changed a lot of the laws. It affected our business, so we had to close up shop. We did have 3 offices. We had about 30 employees. We were doing really well. So unfortunately, we closed up shop, and I was having my first child at the time. So right away, I'm frantic. I'm wondering, what am I going to do? I need that same cash flow in to continue living comfortably. And now that I'm having my first child, I was very, very, very uh, frantic and nervous about what my future was going to be like. So
Oh yeah.
I started
I,
doing
I can
makeup
imagine.
and
What the heck?
yeah.
So from 27
Mhm.
to zero, or did it slowly, did it go away? So you said there was a reform, a government.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes. There was a bail reform that was put in place, and about a year after it was put in place, we closed up shop.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so the question is, how did you go now from that to going right into the beauty industry, having a baby, a newborn baby, and
Yes.
then pivoting into your beauty space?
Well, I started doing makeup.
Hmm.
At the time, everyone was, everyone was on Instagram, everyone was doing makeup. All these girls, all these beauty influencers were just coming out of the woodwork, and
Right.
I wanted the same type of cash flow. I wanted the same recognition, just the same type of spontaneous industry. And makeup wasn't it, unfortunately. I had hired a business coach at the time, and
Mhm.
I was in her course, and I kept asking her, when is the money going to come in? I just had a baby. My husband just closed up his business. When is the money going to come in? And she said, well, I heard lashes are going to be huge in about a few years. Would you be interested in taking a lash course? And right away I said no. I said, I just invested all this money into this makeup course, and now I'm going to do this. Like, that's crazy. And she just, she said, hey, well, unfortunately in the beauty industry, you do have to get in when the trend is beginning.
That's right.
Whenever you try to get into the trend in the middle, or, when it's just too late. No one really views you as an expert, and it just makes sense. So when she told me that, I took the course, and it was a 1 day course, which is crazy. And the next thing I knew, I was lashing a bunch of police women from my
Oh,
town, and they were coming to my house. And again, lashes weren't even that big, and we're talking about 6 or 7 years ago.
right.
And it was crazy how everyone was knocking on my door, everyone was contacting me on Instagram, and I just everybody wanted lashes, and I just blew up. And the next thing I know, I'm literally doing a ribbon cutting for my first salon.
Oh my
It was
God.
crazy. Within like 2 years, just 2 years, it just blew up, and I couldn't believe it.
I so respect and love the steps that you took, and really going out there and going for the gusto, reaching
Yes.
out to a coach, trying to find out, what the niche market was and everything. And I love the way you talked about social media because everything looks instant. Everything looks instant on social media.
It's not.
And that's not necessarily the case.
Oh,
It's well, obviously it's not. Everybody's an expert, everybody's a coach, everybody looks like they're doing well. And we talked a
mhm.
little bit about that at the conference too. You know, um, Kind of like not looking and not comparing yourself to others because you say, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? But clearly you took the right steps and you went into the right direction and your coach was right because I mean, back then I just started getting lashes. I do things on television a lot, obviously, and your if your eyelashes are done, you look done, right?
Okay, got it.
You
That's
look
all
done,
you need
no
half the
matter
time.
what. Forget
Yeah,
about the heavy makeup and all that. It's not necessary.
right.
So you really did it. So you scaled, you went into, so you started doing it in your home,
Yes.
and then you said you did your first ribbon cutting.
Well, yes, I was lashing in my house for a few
Uh-huh.
months.
Hmm.
I actually came to Keyport one day. Just I think I went out to lunch with a friend or something, and I came to Keyport and I looked around. Also, I was a realtor, so I was very aware of up and coming towns and towns that were being renovated and money being put in the town. So I came to Keyport and I'm like, maybe I should look for a spot here. And I literally, the same day, I went on Craigslist. The first result was an esthetician who was looking to share her room. And right away I couldn't believe it. I said, this is like divine. This is
Yes, for
amazing how
sure.
this is happening. Like God is really putting me on this path. And every door just seemed to open and open and open. And it was crazy. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it
I
because
I just got
it's
I
still
head to toe. I just got because it's the truth. You
it
spoke
really
it.
is.
You have faith. You pray. I mean, you believed in what you were doing. You took a course. You did whatever you needed to
Yeah.
do to go into that space and doing your research in the area. I mean, but yes, yes, I have
Yeah,
to tell you, it
I
is
did my
divine.
due diligence and I made sure that, I knew what I was investing my time in,
Right.
basically. And I
Yes.
so then when I saw that, I also made sure that I actually called other hair salons to see if they
Mhm.
were offering lashes. I wanted to know who my competitor would be, who was already doing it, and no one was doing it in this area.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was crazy how it just unfolded. And the next thing I know, I'm sitting with the esthetician. I'm starting to lash in her room, and forget it. The whole town of Keyport was knocking on my door.
Oh my gosh.
It was
You got
crazy.
that's wonderful. You got flooded. I love it. Well, you
Yes,
asked for it, you know?
I
You know, you
did. I
had
prayed
the
for, and I
need
prayed and
and
I prayed for it.
you needed to make that same income or, more money coming in at least to get started. And here
Yes,
you are. Here you are. I'm
it's
so
all
proud.
about supply and demand. Supply and demand. If they're demanding it and you can supply it, make it happen. And that's exactly what I did.
I love it. So let's talk about the lashes now, right?
Yeah.
So how many versions are there? I mean, I get my lashes done too. And I mean, I live in a different town, far, far away from you. If I lived near you, I would be going to your salon. In fact, I would travel to you. You saw how beautiful your lashes are too. So
Mm.
let's talk about the actual lash and how many different versions there are and how long it takes to get them done.
So there's so many different types of lashes that exist out there. And it's crazy because in the beginning, it was one manufacturer, one type of lash, one glue, one everything.
Mhm,
And now there's like there's so much stuff out there for us lash artists that
mhm,
it's crazy. The amount of time it does take, it's different for everyone.
mhm.
Starting out, it's about 3 hours. For me, I take about an hour and 15 minutes. I actually worked at a salon where it was just a bunch of lash artists, and I got really good at lashing, and I would actually lash about 8 to 9 clients a day.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And
Yes,
then
and
full lashes?
full lashes.
That's amazing. God
Yes,
bless you, girl. That's amazing.
and I made it happen. And it what was wild was it was about seven of us, seven lash artists, and we all were banging them out. We all were really good at what we did. And I just knew that this is where it's at. This is I'm definitely gonna go far with this.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Amazing journey.
So super proud of you. And how old is your son now? I saw him the other day briefly.
My baby's 8.
Oh, all that time. So proud of you. So I want you to, do you have social media? Where can everybody
Yes.
find you?
My social media handle is I love to lash, exactly the way it's spelled. My business Instagram handle is Lash Therapy Keyport.
Okay.
Right now, what's funny is that at the talk that we were at, I actually forgot to mention the newest thing that I had done. So
Okay.
about a year ago, I applied to change the ordinance in town. So apparently, yes. So
Really?
apparently, I don't mess around.
I
So
see.
so I went to Board of Health one day last year. I went to Board of
Uh,
Health and I said, "Hey, I'm a permanent makeup artist. I just finished, going to school. I got my certificate. I'm board certified. I would like to add these services to my business." The lady looked at me and said, "Nope, sorry. Keyport only has three tattoo licenses. I mean, I'm sorry, three. I said two. Three tattoo
uh-huh.
licenses." And and she said, "What you would have to do is you have to apply to change the ordinance." And I'm
Okay.
like, "How do I do that?" And she was like, I'll guide you, but it's a process. It will take some time. And if you really want this, hey." So I went home, I thought about it. I'm like, man, I don't want to bother with that. And that just sounds too much and too overwhelming. And she saw me a few weeks after that and she says, "Are you going to change the ordinance?" So every time I saw this lady around town,
Wow.
she just kept looking at me and she would, "Hey, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it?" And finally, I went to her office. I said, "Show me how to do this. What do I have to do?" And she showed me. It took a whole year for the ordinance to change. And finally, I got a tattoo room in the back of my salon, and I'm
Oh my
rocking now,
God.
and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yes, it took
Great.
forever, but I was able to bring permanent makeup tattooing into my salon by changing the ordinance a year ago.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good
I
for you.
cried when they
Perse-
came in, I cried.
Perseverance, girl. You
Yeah.
did it. And all it took was time.
Yes, yes.
How
And I'm
short
very
is a year?
patient.
How short is a year? You know, when
It
you're
sounds
doing
like forever, but it's not. It really isn't.
right, right. It's quick. A year is nothing. But the process, obviously, when you're doing it, I'm sure there's tons and tons of paperwork and acceptance and something's wrong. But that's just the process. Even your business, right? You got to
Yeah.
make sure you're dotting all of your I's and crossing your T's. And if you want to be successful at something, you jump in. You jump in and you know it well. You and your husband both did it successfully, 27 of those shops you had, and then switching, flipping from being a makeup artist, going to school to get your license, that, and then switching again. But you persevere, and you're such a wonderful story. You have such a wonderful story to tell.
Thank
And who comes to this podcast are inventors and entrepreneurs who need hope, right? They need hope because people sometimes give up for the smaller things too,
you.
less immense than yours has been. Yours was giant. There are things that people give up on for less of a walk. So I thank you so much for your inspiration, your perseverance, And
Okay.
and you're coming to the conference, right? It's
I
happening.
am. I will be in the building and I'm so excited.
It's happening. It's happening. And I can't wait to see you there. So
Mhm.
again, Jackie, it's been such a pleasure. Give your website again, give everything. We repeat things because people need to hear things a few times.
Got it. My website is www.lashtherapykeyport.com. I can also be found on Yelp. I could be found on so many different LinkedIn. I could be found on any type of website.
That's what it's all about, girl. Well, Jackie, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I look
Thank
forward
you
to
for
seeing
having
you
me.
at AOE. Take care. Bye.